Welcome, 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 welcome. It's another beautiful day. We have a few things going down today, man. We're gonna get with for y'all. Um, let's start with some breaking news. Breaking news. Something going down with JetBlue, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at these airports, but people are climbing in, and the landing gear. So when the wheel go up, the landing gear goes up into the plane. So they finding bodies in there. Um, so they found two bodies in the landing gear at JetBlue uh this morning at 7 a.m. Um, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. to Fort Lauderdale. So it was coming from New York going to Fort Lauderdale. Um, so I guess when they land there, they uh they found the bodies in there. So I have a quick little audio here. I'm gonna play for y'all. Breaking news, breaking news. Uh let's see what they had to what they found. So as you can see here, two bodies found in a JetBlue plane landing gear at Fort Lauderdale Airport. So that plane was coming from New York. Um who knows? Who knows what happened? Let's hear what they got for us.
Airport. This article is by Ali Watkins and read by an automated voice. Two bodies were discovered in the landing gear compartment of a JetBlue plane on Monday after a flight from New York to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the airline said in a statement on Tuesday. JetBlue Flight 1801 departed Kennedy Airport in New York at 7:49 p.m. Monday and landed at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport at 11:10 p.m., according to flight tracker data. The bodies were discovered during a routine post-flight maintenance assessment of the plane, the airline said. Paramedics pronounced the two people dead at the scene, according to the Broward County Sheriff's Office. It was unclear how long the people had been in the landing gear compartment. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which manages Kennedy Airport, did not immediately respond to a request for comment about how the individuals may have gained access to the aircraft. Landing gear compartments, located under an aircraft's wings and at the front of the plane, have long been used by people attempting to travel undetected on airplanes. The airline did not say whether the two people who were found dead on Monday were stowaways. Such attempts to hide in landing gear compartments have proven deadly in the past. The compartments open and close upon takeoff and landing to deploy and retract wheels and other landing components, and other stowaways have fallen to their deaths from the openings, sometimes landing in public spaces along flight paths. Those who can stay within the compartment risk being crushed by landing gear when it is withdrawn back into the aircraft, along with other hazards, including severe temperatures, pressure changes, and lack of oxygen. Many stowaways die of hypothermia. As recently as Christmas Day, a body was discovered in a wheel well of a United Airlines flight from Chicago to Hawaii. In 2023, a man was found alive in a landing gear compartment after a commercial flight from Algeria.
So this happens a lot. Just by this report alone is letting us know this happens a lot. So people used to kind of try to get in there and bring drugs or whatever, guns, whatever they can't really get on the plane with. They would get somebody on that worked there, a cousin or something that worked there, give them access to the tarmac, and they're able to get in there. It is crazy to be in a situation where you're probably making a couple $100, even if it's a couple $1,000, to put yourself or whatever you bring in into a plane in somewhere that's not temperature control, it's not distributing oxygen. So you have plenty opportunities to die, um, and even falling out of that thing while the plane is landing. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's unfortunate, but clearly from the report we're getting here, It happens. It happens a lot. I'm sure all y'all have heard somebody or news of somebody climbing in there. Even in movies, right? Back in the day, movies, you see the guy on the tarmac running or driving a car, jumping onto the landing gear and getting in there. It is movies, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it at home. Don't do it in your personal life. It's movie. It's Hollywood. But let's see what else they
To
got.
France, though he was suffering from severe hypothermia. An investigation was underway on Tuesday to determine the identities of the two individuals discovered in Fort Lauderdale and how they might have accessed the aircraft before it departed from New York, JetBlue said. This is a heartbreaking situation, and we are committed to working closely with authorities to support their efforts to understand how this occurred, the airline said.
Yeah, they're gonna investigate this. Nowadays, if you commit a crime at an airport, the odds of getting away with it is very, very slim to none. Um, these people, they will find out who gave them access. These people probably had IDs on them, uh, paperwork on them, things that they're whatever they trying to smuggle. If that was the case, um, I find it hard to believe someone would climb in there just to go to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Coming to Florida from New York, going to Florida from New York, New Jersey, it's probably a couple $100 at the most. Although it's Christmas time, around Christmas, New Year's time, um, it might be more expensive, but you shouldn't be losing your life for that. So there's more to this story. We're gonna keep an eye on it. See what they find out, who are those people that climb in there, what their motive was, their goal, who led them in there, if it was an accident, if it was um if it was people working there that got caught up in there by accident. So we'll find out what's going on, and we'll bring it to y'all. But as I said, it's a crazy situation because um it's I can't imagine someone losing their life for a couple $100 trying to catch a free flight. But in other news, we'll keep it moving. In other news, we got the snowstorm in the Northeast right now. We got families, we got people. I'm sure everyone has some people in the Northeast. If you're not in the Northeast yourself, it gets very cold. We used to get crazy snowstorms, and apparently this is one of the days. Personally, as a kid, I love the snowstorm. It means a few things. It means no school. First, it means no school. Second, it's chill out day. You go outside, play in the snow, do make a snowman, snowball fights, and it's a day where kids are pretty happy. I remember being very happy as a kid for snow days, and you'd sit there and hope it snows more. But as an adult, now you understand there's a lot more to a snow day. You can't get to work. You're missing out on money. You're missing out on uh, business. You're missing out on your schedule's all screwed up because no one can get anywhere fast enough or on time. It just slows down your day. So I understand as an adult now that snow days would be tough, but we used to love the snow days as kids. So let's switch here to ABC News, which had um which had an update for us this morning.
States just as millions are trying to head back to work and back to school. Record snow, freezing rain, and a deadly 24 hours on the roads. Tonight, Reagan Airport in Washington has now been closed. More than 40 million Americans on alert as we come on tonight. There is still more coming in the evening hours, and then the
Whoa.
brutal cold tomorrow.
Whoa, whoa. That's that's black ice. That could be so dangerous, man. Shout out to all my truck drivers out there, putting in the work. Truck drivers literally move the country every day. They don't bring your groceries at Walmart. They don't that take everything from the dock to the stores. They don't that's bring supplies to the construction sites. They literally move the economy around. So they're pretty much like the transport for the economy. And it's unfortunate when something like this happened. This gentleman seemed like an owner operator, meaning he owns his own rig. Doesn't have any major logo. I could see a logo here, but it seems like he probably printed out his own logo and putting on the truck. But anyhow, this gentleman here probably gonna be back 3 4 months on just fixing the truck if that's fixable. If anything's really damaged on it, fixing it. He probably uh depending where he's at, probably will get a ticket uh for blocking the road and inconveniencing the road, and it's just an accident. Whatever happens here is gonna be called an accident, and he's probably gonna have some costly fees that goes along with that accident. And if he's an owner operator, that's if he's an owner operator. If he's a company driver, they probably depending if he has any other things, any other ticket or any other incident on his report, they probably will fire the guy. But um, nonetheless, it's unfortunate.
Tomorrow. The images coming in here, the freezing rain turning to ice on Interstate 135 right here. This is
My man, pull a uh Fast and the Furious drift over here. The trailer's still attached. You can see the cord here. These cords are air and power cords that put air in the air brake for the trailer, and the power cord that lights up all the electronics on the trailer. That's still attached. Fifth wheel is still attached. So I'm assuming he's straight still.
outside Wichita. Tractor trailer jackknifing one of many vehicles losing control. An ice storm coating trees and power lines in Perryville,
That was
Missouri.
black
Trees
ice.
covered in ice coming down. Branches and trees breaking, hundreds of thousands without power. A state of emergency.
I don't miss these days, man. I don't miss these days. I lived in New Jersey most of my life, and I don't anymore. And I'm used to these. New Jersey, Pennsylvania. It's where I went to school. Um, all my schooling. Um, I went to middle school, high school in Philly, completed high school in New Jersey. So yeah, I'm very, very familiar with this type of weather.
Emergency in Louisville, Kentucky, buried under more than 7 inches of heavy snow there. A nearly 7-hour traffic jam. This is the Spence Bridge right here in Cincinnati. More than 2,000 flights canceled nationwide. Look at this, the Kansas City airport, a ghost town tonight. More bad weather coming this evening and frigid temperatures behind all this. Ginger Z standing by with the forecast, and Victor Kendo leading us off with the images from across the country.
And that's why I tell people, see how this truck is moving? It's swerving. Um, he's trying to save himself from a jackknife, which might flip the truck and hurt others. That's why I tell folks, don't just pass the truck. Don't sit next to the truck, because that truck driver have a blind side from that back wheel, from that fifth wheel there forward. There's a blind spot there that he might not be able to see you. And sometimes, depending on the driver, his mirror might not be adjusted properly where he will see you. So you gotta really be careful when you're driving around on these highways, and then you see a big truck and you want to linger next to it. My rule and my personal uh idea and rule of thumb on that is you sit behind the truck, to the side, not next to it, right to the side of it, until until it's clear enough for you to pass them. Once you pass them, you speed up and completely pass them, so that way you avoid the driver that's nodding off. Because the truck guys, if you guys understand, the truck fill up the whole space on the highway. If your car, imagine, right? Imagine sitting in your little car, whatever it is, and you still feel like you're taking all the whole lane. So imagine an 18 wheeler, which is way bigger than you. Yeah, it's literally it's literally in the lane. He fits the lane. So be careful with that, being next to the truck, because in case something like this happen, he lose control of black ice or rain or anything, the trailer's gonna start swinging. He's not in control of that trailer at that point. At that point, he's just trying to counter these swerve, I should call it, the swerving. He's trying to counteract the swerving to stop the trailer from flipping. Okay, so be careful
tonight.
Tonight, hundreds of thousands without power, interstates littered with cars and trucks, millions facing treacherous conditions as a massive, deadly winter storm barrels eastward.
We're in the middle of downtown Cincinnati, normally bustling on a Monday, but right now it is a ghost town. And here's why. It is so hard to drive through these conditions. That car is stuck, just one of many we've seen today.
More than 10 inches of snow by mid-afternoon in Cincinnati. Trucks backed up on Interstate 471 for miles, and up to 18 inches of snow in parts of Kansas. If drivers...
Y'all saw that? You can barely see anything. I've driven in this situation, guys. It is scary. You know, imagine if you're a little older and you have glasses or some type of eye issue. You know, as people get older, they have a hard time driving at night. Imagine driving at night in these conditions. Bad weather is no joke, guys. And it explains why people are dying, and it explains why probably a mountain of accidents, and it explains why the airports are canceling all these flights for safety. Because trust me, these airports are not canceling flights. These airlines are all about their dollar amount, their bottom line. They want to fly and make as much money as they can. And the decision to shut down or cancel a bunch of flights, I guarantee you, it's not coming. You know, it's a problem. They're not doing it just because they don't want to work or they would like a day off. Nah.
Inches of snow in parts of Kansas. If drivers weren't stuck, they were sliding. These scenes captured by a storm chaser near Wichita on Interstate 135 in Park City, Kansas. Trucks, cars, tractor trailers hitting that icy overpass and losing control. In Kansas City, watch as this tractor trailer helplessly slides from one end of the highway to the other and back again before crashing and folding like an accordion. South of St. Louis, tree branches caked in ice, cracking, falling, and shattering.
That happens because the ice is so heavy, breaking the branch. That is very dangerous as well. You know, if you have people walking down there, that thing hits you cold, hard, and it's ice. It's ice with it's the tree branch literally having so much ice on it that it got so heavy that it can't support itself. The tree it can't support the branch, and it falls. So imagine that hitting you. That's dangerous, and that's happening. You know, in New Jersey, those areas we have a lot of trees, so that's happening everywhere the same day. So trees falling on cars, on people. It's just so now this going on This snowstorm, I know people are suffering. I know people are just not happy, but the kids might be.
Pieces. At least 4 dead so far on ice and snow-covered roads in the Midwest. In downtown Indianapolis, Sean White.
Having a little car, having to push the car out of the snow, that's all normal stuff. People don't even bat an eye. You know, as you can see, people are probably gonna drive by the guy and know he's gonna be okay. But still, this is an inconvenience. What if this guy trying to get to work, he's supposed to be there 20 minutes ago, but he's been battling this for 30 minutes. It's tough. I liked it. I liked it as a kid, but
White helping a stranger get back on the road.
I was just getting gas. I could tell that she wasn't able to get to the parking lot, so we came over here just to try to assist her to get out.
The storm's effects stretching some 1,500 miles from the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic. Virginia State Police reporting more than 200 accidents in a 12-hour period. Treacherous driving around Washington, D.C. Schools closed, but Congress in session, required by law to certify the results of the 2024 election today. The massive system hitting major.
that's another thing we gonna cover. Kamala had to be there to give Trump make his election winning validated. So she had to be there, and snow or rain, she was there. So we have I believe we have a video on that. We're gonna watch it.
Airports and scrapping flights. A sea of red on departure and arrival boards. More than 2,000 flights canceled so far today, on top of more than 1,800 canceled Sunday. David, this neighborhood in Cincinnati blanketed under nearly a foot of snow. Some streets like this one closed off, just impassable right now as the plows focus on the main roads first. Next, the cold really sets in. Tomorrow, it will be 9 degrees here.
This looks like, my neighborhood in Philly, Florida. This is fun for kids. Kids are out of school, they're happy, and they get to play with the snow. But people are dying. Airports are literally shutting down. A whole lot of flights. Yeah.
Here. David?
Incredible. Some roads just simply closed off tonight. Victor Akendo leading us off. Victor, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z. She's live in Washington, D.C. tonight. And Ginger, we mentioned Reagan Airport shut down tonight. We still have a few more hours of this. And then the brutal cold, as Victor just mentioned.
And that means that snow is going nowhere. David, 5 to 8 inches is kind of the cake. And now we're getting this last burst of icing on the cake for the next couple of hours until just after midnight. Then we'll be rid of this storm. You can see the back end of it kind of making its way through the Alleghenies into, say, southern New Jersey. That's going to burst out of here. And then it sticks because the wind chills will be 22 as far south.
Look at the weather. New Jersey, New York, 9 degrees. Syracuse, 6. Burlington, 2. Boston, 2. That is freezing, guys. I mean, if any of y'all that are in that situation there, shout out to y'all. Hopefully I keep you entertained a little bit with some of the topics we're having. But that's crazy. That is crazy. Orlando, 33. That's Florida, and it's cold. So imagine being in these area here. Crazy.
As Mobile. Sub-freezing for Corpus Christi. Alerts all the way to Orlando. But those single digits that you're seeing in the wind chill department up in the Great Lakes Northeast, they're not going anywhere. They're going to stick around through most of this week. Look at Washington, D.C. Only feeling like 4 on Thursday, 8 below for Kansas City with their biggest snowstorm since 1993. And then Dallas will deal with a big snow on Thursday. So big time problems going there. But let's talk about the winds in Southern California because these are life threatening. We're talking.
And yes, it snows in Texas. I've been to Texas, Dallas specifically, and it snowed a good amount. So, and most people in Florida, Texas, these areas, they're not used to snow driving. and a bunch of snow on the ground. People are better prepared in the Northeast for these type of things. So it's people are suffering today.
Talking about Tuesday night through Wednesday, 80 to 100-mile-per-hour winds. Burbank, Pasadena, Simi Valley, Malibu. So many people will be dealing with this, and fire danger, David, through the end of the week is high.
We'll track that in the West as well. And what a night there behind you in Washington. Ginger, thanks to you. We'll see you on GMA.
And this is it for that. And it's just like I said, it's unfortunate because people are dying. You know, as kids, you're not watching the news, you're not aware that people are dying when these are happening. So you're having a ball, you're going outside, you're doing all the things you want to do, and no school, so you're happy. Um, you know, um, every kid, even kids like that really like school. I love school. Um, it was sort of an escape for me, pretty much going to school, seeing my friends, because I was in a house, but with a lot of girls, and going to school, I get to hang out with my boys and etc. So, I'm sure a lot of kids on the same boat where going to school, it's entertaining, it's fun, it's they like it, and they try to have good grades to kind of enjoy the experience. But um, it's not fun for everyone. It's not fun for everyone. Rest in peace to all the people who lost their life, and take it easy, relax for all the people their flight canceled. But uh, good luck to everyone. So speaking of life goes on and things still have to go according to plan. We have here we were speaking of Kamala, Congress still had to hold their confirm Donald Trump's election, the election that just Donald Trump just won. Um we do have the video of that. A lot of them were there. Um the representative and uh uh Kamala was there. We're gonna take a quick look at that video here.
Vote for the President of the United States as delivered to the President of the Senate is as follows. The whole number of the electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, the majority is 270. The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris
Are they happy that in my opinion, chat, they're rooting for her? That's what I'm thinking. But it's a little awkward because she lost the election and she has to report to Congress uh that she lost. I don't know. That's a bit uncomfortable, but we'll see.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
So it's like each side stand up and give their respect, I guess.
This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January 2025, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the House and the Senate. Thank you very much.
So they have to do this in front of the House. I'm sorry, the House and the Senate. Congratulations, Donald Trump. Now they say she dipped after this. She literally just bounced. But congratulations to Donald Trump. Congratulations to Kamala as well for having the strength to go up there and because you know not everyone, not everyone's like that. I'm not sure if Trump would do this. Y'all think Trump would go up there and admit he lost? We love Trump, but we know he's not that type of guy. But congratulations again to Kamala for having the sense to kind of go up there and actually follow through with this. I think this video is pretty much done. Oh yeah, this is where she dipped very soon after. She just shake hand and she's out of there. She's out of there. All right, guys. This is that's all we got on this. Um then again, we have a little bit of update and on some other news here. Let's see what Fox 4 got for us.
Exhibit halls for the 2025 International Consumer Electronics Show don't open until Tuesday, but
So just a quick update on this. They had this convention out in Vegas for all the new techs coming out, all the tech companies unveiling their new technology for this year. So we're gonna take a quick look at this tech news and see what's new, what's coming, and what to expect.
a lot of media from across the globe is already kind of camped out in Sin City to catch a preview of the next generation of tech.
Steve Noviello is in Las Vegas with a look.
Welcome to CES Unveiled. It's the official media event for the Consumer Electronics Show. It's the first time that the media gets to take a sneak peek at what's going to be new for 2025. Let's dive in. From Ars and Zip, it's the world's first portable trifold projector. Why trifold? Because that means it's got everything built right into the design. So no more do you need any kind of tripod. It articulates for you. Plus the Wi-Fi is built in. So are the speakers. We first showed you product from Govee a couple of years ago. Remember that super cool Christmas tree we showed you? Well, this is our new gaming Pixel light. The cool thing about it, and it's really an art piece, is that it's got AI built in. All you have to do is tell it what you want to see a picture of, and it'll generate an image for you. Forget what you know about hearing aids. This is an AI-powered smart hearing wearable from Ellie here.
I'm sorry for the sound there. I don't know what he's using, but the sound is not filtered. But regardless, they showing us some of the newer technology for 2025, and we love technology here at the middle ground. Always did since we were a kid. Since I was a kid, I love technology. Technology helps with health, transportation, with all aspects of our lives. So I wanted to kind of see what they got going. So let's take a look.
The point here is that they really want people to get used to using this technology way before they actually need it to help you hear. So this is going to work just like a regular earbud would, right? You can use it to make phone calls, you can use it to listen to your favorite music, and it also has hearing assist on it. That way it's something that you can ease into and be more comfortable with for when the time comes that you really need it. You know all about Aper because it cleans your pool water, but how about now it's going to save some water? Take a look at this. It's a brand new category for them. This is the Aper Ear Assist. So what this does, instead of the old spray and pray that you would normally do with a regular irrigation system that gets not only the lawn but the sidewalk as well and really wastes all that water, this is a smart irrigation system that will actually control where the water goes. It results in 40% less water usage. It's got 95% less piping and 80% less maintenance needed. Whether you're like Neapolitan, thin crust, frozen pizza, or maybe New York style, the current smart pizza oven has got you covered. This guy goes all the way up to 850 degrees from a standard 110 outlet.
I like this one. I mean, I don't know how much technology. I mean, there's a lot of pizza oven, but I love pizza. And that looks cool to me.
Here's the cool part. The controls on it actually will interface with the app to make sure that it really cooks your pizza to perfection. You tell it exactly what you got. Maybe it's extra saucy. Maybe the crust is extra thick. No matter what it is, Current is smart enough to cook it right. When it comes to the next generation of electronics, the little kids aren't the ones who are ever forgotten. This is Taquino. Take a look. This is a really ultra-safe ecosystem for kids to enjoy projection. So what happens is all of the content is actually curated by the company. But what's really cool about this is really the device itself. Take a look at these buttons on here. They're super easy to use, so a really easy interface so that your kids...
This is like back in the day when we were kids, when our cousins and sisters and friends would get the Easy Bake Oven. So they just making something way cooler. The version is like the new version of that. I remember when the Easy Bake Oven came. I mean, everyone wanted one. So I'm sure kids now are probably looking at this and saying, "Yeah, I want one. I want one."
Kids can really be in control. That's good news for them. What's good news for parents is that there's nothing too overly stimulating here. In fact, they say it just takes a little bit of technology to keep a kid really engaged. And when you take a look at the beautiful graphics here and artwork, you'll see why. If you think the future is all about robots, these folks say you're absolutely right. Take a look at this robot from Enchanted Tools. It has all sorts of different functions here, from working as a welcome or a concierge, a companion to cheer you up, a post-hospitalization guide, or even an informative guide or an...
Y'all into robots? I want one of them Tesla robots bad. Soon as they start dropping them, 2026, 2027, I'm gonna get one of them. Always like robots. So seems like this is like a kitty robot, probably help with chores around the house, things of that nature. But you know what? I've never seen one in full action, pretty much hanging out and you giving them orders and they carrying out the order properly. So I'm sure that's what they're shooting for. But I haven't seen, we've seen the Elon robot unveil with all his other, with the buses and the car and that little conference he had for Tesla. We seen the robot interacting, but they were saying that these robots had people with earpiece in the back speaking. So who knows? I don't think so. I mean, I feel like they were interacting very well. I'm not sure. I can't say for sure, I should say. But nah, I enjoy if the robot's able to hold conversation, hang out, and do chores, it's gonna help countless of people, especially older folks that can't do a lot of things for themselves anymore. And that's gonna come in in handy. I mean, if you have older parents and that needs medication ordered, that needs dishes done, that needs floor cleaning, that needs someone to cook for them. If robots are able to do that, this is gonna be the next. This is gonna be the next. I would say the biggest business ventures. It's gonna be these robots companies are gonna become like cell phone companies. I would say everyone's gonna need one or two, three. Some people gonna have more than that, and I feel like it's gonna help people follow their passion. Instead of someone applying at McDonald's are probably gonna have investors invest in robots, and so the money's still flowing, and these McDonald's, Pizza Hut, these type of stores will be run by robots, and people would be forced to kind of do things and follow their passion versus doing a job for money. Um, and those jobs will go away. They will go away, and hopefully, uh, society don't take a big hit, and we're able to adjust with the change, and people start doing other things, maybe manage the company that maintain these robots, maybe the programming of these robots. But the future is exciting. Let's
An
see what else we
educational
got.
ally for people. This thing could even be a digital companion for a continuum of care. The cool thing is it's actually responding to us in real time. It's all controlled by AI so that humans are freed up to do tasks that only they can complete for now. Want to see more from the Consumer Electronics Show? Just stay tuned on the air, on our website, and when you come see me online, facebook.com/SaveMeSteve.
All right, you guys like that little trifold thing.
Yeah,
All
I
of
like
you
the
said,
tripod.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know about the robot.
No.
No robot for me.
No robot.
You?
People
no.
are afraid of the
No
robot.
I mean, you saw Stella with that cactus earlier responding to her. She didn't like it. You know,
She would not like the robot.
the robot.
Yeah, that's...
Doing your daily tasks, like I just don't want it to know that much about what I'm doing in a day. I don't want it following me. I don't want any of that.
Okay, the lawn
much.
thing, that is cool.
You're such a dad.
I would do that.
He loves all the
I would
tech.
totally want that. It's probably like $8,000 or something, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that looks cool because you can get the sprinklers can just kind of go wherever they go, and
Yeah, I think the sprinkler thing was pretty cool too. Because at my house, I have the sprinkler system that I control through my app, and I can control it through my tablet, etc., through my phone. But yeah, it sprays, but it sprays a little further into my driveway. Sometimes it sprays a little further into the wall. So if that new sprinkler system could kind of assess distance and make it not waste that much water, that would be cool. I think that's cool too.
sometimes you get like a little bit of water here, but you don't get water over here, and
Maybe
that would be really good.
Steve can bring one back for you. So he will be at CES all week, bringing us some of the inside scoop, what's going on over there in Las Vegas. So make sure to tune in to see the latest releases, the boldest breakthroughs in the world of tech. He does such a...
And that's it for now for this our technology segment today. No, I really like the new things they have. I mean, they didn't show us too much, but we did get to see a few things that are coming out for 2025. That's pretty cool. I like that. Um, we're gonna do a little U-turn recap on the Skip and Fox drama. As you know, we reported that Skip is being sued. It's both a class action and a personal suit from a young lady that worked with them at Fox. And I like how Stephen A. Smith always kind of back up his friends, which we don't see much nowadays. It seems like, we could see that with Diddy. As soon as things went bad, everyone just kind of scattered. Everyone kind of ran away. We've seen that with countless others. But Stephen A, we saw him stood up for Jay-Z. As you know, Jay-Z got accused by a young lady that something went down back in the early 2003, around that time, and that she got assaulted by both Diddy and Jay-Z. And we saw how Stephen A. Smith kind of got behind Jay-Z, saying that, hey, I know the guy for 20 plus years. I've never seen him or felt that type of energy from him. I like how Stephen A kind of stand behind his friends, and he explains it in a way where he's like, hey, if it's happening, if they're behaving in those manners, I don't support it, but I've known this guy for a very long time. He even brought up that the guy is so cheap. I don't, paying her 1.5 for sex is wow. 1.5 million, I should say, for sex is wow. We're gonna take a quick look at it and see what's up.
You can't be irresponsible and not try to interfere with a legal matter, a lawsuit, But in the same breath, I didn't think it was a crime to point out that the person that I've known for 25 years, I've never seen somebody that would be capable of that, with that meaning that person that I was around for 25 years. The same applies to Skip Bayless. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't work at Fox. I worked at Fox from 2001 to 2003. I haven't been there. I haven't been in that building in over 20 years. I don't know any details or anything like that. And I'm not here to castigate Ms. Faraji or anybody else. I don't know Charlie Dixon that well, even though he used to work at ESPN. I don't know Joy Taylor that well, even though she and I have interacted with one another on several occasions throughout her career, and I find her to be a consummate professional, very good at what she does, very capable, very knowledgeable about the world of sports and what have you. I also know that she's big on women empowerment, so it's hard to imagine her saying get over it. But again, I don't know. But we all know that when you see Stephen A. Smith with a subject like this and the name involves Skip Bayless, that's what you want to know about. And here's what I would tell you. I don't know what happened. But just like I said, I've known Jay-Z for 25 years. I can't imagine that. I've known Skip for just as long. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. Especially when they brought up the $1.5 million. The Skip Bayless I know has a hard time giving away $15. He's one of the cheapest people I know. That's just me. But that doesn't mean that I have any inside knowledge about any of this. I don't, and I'm not going to get involved. I think it's incredibly dicey and irresponsible for people who don't know to act like they do know. But in the same breath, I also feel it's important that if you know people or you think you know people and you've had a long-standing relationship with those people, that it's not a crime for you to say the person that I know, the person that I've been around, the person that I worked with in his case, for 4 straight years from 2012 to 2016 doing First Take every weekday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The person that I knew since our days at Fox Sports when we would appear on Jim Rome's show. Okay, The Last Word and stuff like that. And we were in the same Fox building off of Pico Boulevard and Avenue of the Stars. The person that I've seen that really, really trusts almost no one and doesn't expose himself to anybody. Eating the same breakfast and lunch every day. His vice is a Diet Mountain Dew, and he doesn't socialize with people. That's the guy I know. So imagining him being in this kind of position is shocking, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, especially when you know people, you have a relationship with people, and you kind of assume, you feel like you can assume their action. But we've all been in situations where we thought we knew someone, we thought we understood that someone would value who they are over weird things like chasing women and things like that. We all know people that we felt like we knew, and then they do something, and then you realize you didn't know them that well, and that's life in a nutshell. Because even in personal life and personal journeys of learning and becoming a smarter person, a more well-versed person, you kind of understand, the more you learn, the more you realize you didn't know much. So if we're taking that stance with people, I guess you would say, the more you know people, the more you think you know someone, and I guess the more you probably have to learn from that person, the more you're probably gonna realize, hey, there's a lot more I need to know about that person. But I understand where Stephen A is coming from. If you've worked with someone, been around someone countless times, you should be able to have your opinion and say, hey, I know this man or this lady, I don't see that character, I don't see that type of behavior coming from them. You should be able to.
All I could tell you is that it's not the Skip Bayless I know. But obviously, this is a legal matter he's going to have to deal with because this situation doesn't appear to be going away. A lawsuit has been filed. This person who's a hairstylist, the people that I've spoken to in the last 24 hours that have some knowledge about her says that she's the kind of person that she's meticulous with her details and she's going to chronicle things and that's how she operates. I don't know her. I don't know them. I know Skip. And I'm very, very heartbroken that he finds himself in this situation, being accused of these allegations. But I can't be over the airways being irresponsible and attaching truth or innocence, or guilt to anything that I know nothing about. All I can say, and I don't think it's a crime to say, is just like I said with Jay-Z, the person that I've known for 25 years, I've never seen anything like that from that person, anything close to that from that person. That's the same thing that I would tell you about Skip Bayless. That's all I can say. I have nothing else to add because I don't know what happened. I don't know what was said. I don't know whether something was misconstrued or anything like that. That's where I'm coming from with it, Tori. I know you had thoughts and opinions about this. I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say. You are a lady in this industry. You've been a journalist for years. You know what level of professional integrity is supposed to come with the business. You know the tenets that come associated with it. And obviously, I am not a woman. You are. And so when you see a story like this, I'd like to know what your thoughts are and any perspective you can provide.
My initial reactions were disappointment as well because Skip Bayless has an incredible legacy in the sports commentary world. You worked alongside him. Everybody knows Skip Bayless, and it was disappointing to know that his name was going to be, when you Google his name today, this is the lawsuit that's going to pop up, and this may pop up for several weeks now. So you can't get away from something like this once it's in writing. Now, this is a civil matter. And anytime you're reading a 40-page document like this, when I read through it, initially, you have to be unbiased when you're listening to these allegations, but you have to remember that.
Remember, we went over the documents in our previous video, kind of skimmed through it. We didn't read all of it, as you know. As she just mentioned, it's over 42 pages. So it's online. You could find it if you want to read it.
This is simply that, allegations. And this is going to be an issue that's going to be talked about for several weeks. But initially, I was disappointed to see Skip's name in this, as well as Ms. Faraji. As a woman, I can tell you that whenever you hear about your colleagues or anyone going through this, you're hurt for them. And based off her allegations in this civil lawsuit, she says that she spoke to several people about trying to talk about some of the things that she was allegedly exposed to, and she was told to be quiet, and that if you want to keep your job as a single mother, you need to let this go. And it seems that she was there for a number of years, 7 to 10 years that she was there, and she talks about a number of different allegations and different instances when she was exposed to other people. She mentioned Charlie Dixon, executive vice president. She mentioned that she was allegedly at a bar where, her back was groped, etc. So there's
Charlie is, I believe, is a executive at Fox Sport, and apparently he was smashing some of the girls there. And as I said before, Fox News, Fox Sports, the whole Fox company, you could see their hiring practice. They only hire for a long time. It was just hot blonde young girls there, and it helps with I guess with show rating. I'm pretty sure because sex do sells, but with that comes the interactions that you're gonna be having with these employees, and it seems like Fox have this shadow over their head where they just can't control themselves around these women, and that happens everywhere. It's not just Fox; it's in life. Some guys, they can't control themselves around beautiful, attractive women because for some reason they can't see past the beauty and get to know the person, because beauty is it's most people were born beautiful. were born looking good. And to get to know that person, you kind of have to get past the hot, beautiful, and all that other stuff. You got to get past that and get to knowing the person. And sometimes these people are not, they're just average people. They're have fears, sadness, dreams, etc., just like anybody else. And not all of them, or not all of them are whores, or excuse my word, or sluts, or you know want to have sex with everybody. And that's another misconception that happens with young beautiful people. Some are, some, it's on an individual, uh it's to the individual. It's not everyone that's into everything. So you might say a young beautiful lady, and she is just the talk of the town. She's just, in everybody's bed. And you might meet some young beautiful young lady or young person, and they're not thinking that way. They're not exploring all their options as far as their sexual options. They're focused. They're trying to prove to themselves that they can accomplish some of their goals, and to be met with sexual harassment and sexual advances to achieve their goal. I- that's hard. That's hard.
There's a number of different allegations as you comb through this suit that are alarming. And then the silencing behavior that allegedly took place. And unfortunately, Stephen, in this world that we live in, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I left the sports industry initially, because I felt like people were flirting with me and not taking my perspective or my preparation seriously when I would show up to interview them.
Exactly what we just spoke of. A lot of guys are not able to have a real conversation with a beautiful person and not feel like they have to shoot their shot. And that's where being uh being able to control yourself, that's where being able to control yourself, being able to understand that not every situation is a sexual situation. It's called discipline. Being able to discipline yourself as a man is very important, because now you're not going to fall into all of this. Being able to, and it's a fun thing, because women could sense that from you. They could sense that, oh, this guy is looking at me in a sexual way. And now, in most cases, that woman probably lose respect for you if that wasn't her goal. If her goal was simply to get her job done, or simply try to get try to do her job and advance in her career, if that was her sole focus, now you just lost respect from that woman. And in turn, you become, if she ever do anything with you, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to, you know, be a trick. And it's not a good thing. And I feel my heart goes out to all these women that are probably suffering like this still, and dealing with a creep. And I'm not calling him a creep. I don't know the gentleman. Stephen A is saying that that's not the type of guy he is. And also on the flip side, you have the woman that are kind of like baiting for that. They're looking for an older guy to kind of smile at and flirt with and get what they want. I'm not saying that don't exist. I'm just saying in a case where a beautiful woman, is trying to advance in her career. She's trying to do better for herself and her family, and then she's being looked at as a sex object. I feel like that's unfortunate.
Because it's hard to get past your looks. And as you saw, she's an absolutely beautiful woman, So that's just, it's the unfortunate reality that the sports world is that world, but it's not just in sports, it's in news too. So, yeah.
I got a couple of questions to throw your way, because I'm very interested and intrigued by a couple of things that you said. Number one, You talked about departing from the sports industry for a while because the way folks approached you. It's one thing for folks and I'm not saying it's appropriate. Please don't get me wrong, but it's one thing for somebody to flirt with you or to not take you seriously because of your looks. Did you consider it harassment? And if so, what would you define as harassment? Just for a lot of viewers out there, both male and female, who don't get that sometimes.
Very, very good. Very good question from Stephen A. It's it's a thin line. That's why you just gotta learn to be professional. As a man, you have to learn to be professional. And you have to learn how to say no. Also, girls will approach you at a workplace. They will flirt with you as well at a workplace. And it's very important that you learn how to say no if you're in that position where you are the person's manager, boss in any way. Now, relationship in the workplace is not new. It's happened plenty of time. A lot of people meet girlfriends, wives, life partners at workplaces. So I guess that's where Stephen Smith is saying, where's the line? Because people meet all the time and like each other at the workplace, and it's not harassment. It's not assault. But when is it okay? Because it does happen. People do like each other at workplaces. When is it okay to do that? And that's where the thin line is. And I believe that, the best way is probably try to just keep it out the workplace. If you meet outside of work and you're both are on the same page, you could sense when someone like you. They do things, they express and show you different things that they will show to someone that they're just talking to. So I guess that's the cue a lot of guys is missing. My personal opinion is I always let my friends and guys that need advice know, let the girl make the first move. It's not a big deal. If she like you, she'll show it to you and she'll do it again. And girls tend to do it, with no care, because and that's where it's a little tricky, because guys don't go and say, hey, a girl harassed me. A guy would probably not do that. I guess that's where it is an advantage for the woman. But guys, please be careful. If you're working hard, you work in your career, you at the workplace, and you're managing a workforce that has women in it, please be mindful that you got to be professional.
Explain that.
I would definitely not consider it harassment at all. I just was advancements that I was not interested in being around at all, especially when I'm at work. I'm trying to focus on work, and I come here to respect you, and I would expect the exact same in return. If I'm going to prepare questions and watch you for nearly 2 hours and take notes on your play, and then I show up in your locker room to have a conversation with you, and I'm even filming this myself and editing this myself at times, how come you can't give me the same respect as a professional? That was the environment I was in. And for me, that's not the level of respect I wanted to be exposed to on a daily basis. And I saw that this was going to be a mountain climb with men potentially just being disrespectful. Now, as you asked me about the difference between disrespect essentially and harassment, no one touched me. I didn't have to push advances away in the sports arena, but I did have to push advances away in the news arena. So, someone unfortunately, ended up getting fired for the way that I was handled inappropriately. I won't, go into specific details about that, but I was at work minding my business, and essentially someone made some advances that were inappropriate, and they were eventually fired. And as it relates to speaking up about that, I can tell you personally, I was scared to speak up about it. I was genuinely scared. This was one of my first jobs in TV. I just landed a sports reporting and anchor job, and the last thing I wanted to do was attract any attention to myself in any way. And I wanted to make sure that the focus would remain on my talent. Tori's not a problem. Tori comes in as a professional, does her job, and I'm not ending up in HR with complaints and having to go back and forth and prove that this happened when there's no cameras around. And so, but by the grace of God, I had women around me who said, Tori, absolutely not. This has been an issue with not just you. This is an issue that we have all been dealing with. And now he just took it too far. And it just happened to be with you. And you owe it to not only yourself, to respect yourself, but also all of us who have been going through this too, to speak up about it. So I did.
So this is where it gets tricky, you know. It's you know, when the women's are coming out, and it's a habit. It's a habit. It's come to everyone realizing that it's a habit of yours doing this. Then you will suffer the consequences. And in that case, the gentleman, I guess, got fired. But yeah, it's a very tricky situation, guys. Be careful. Keep your workplace. If you're managing people, don't use your perks to kind of let them out early and then try to smash, and giving them word compliments when they're supposed to look up to you. And thought and prayers to everyone. Hopefully, you know, this is not going away. Hopefully this you know, turns out to be good news for everyone. But unfortunately, it's probably bad news for them, because um they don't let things like that slide. um in other news in other news um we got Julio Foolio um murder. uh they caught that last guy, because remember, um if we remember, it was two brothers and another kid and a boyfriend and girlfriend that planned the whole thing, drove from Jacksonville to Tampa, and kind of orchestrate the whole murder. They had caught the one of the brothers. They have caught the other gentleman, a young Spanish-looking young man, another black kid with his girlfriend, and they are being held in Tampa for Julio murder. But that last guy, they weren't finding him. They weren't knowing that he was on the run. They weren't able to find him. So apparently they caught him, and this is how it went down.
Suspect in the death of rapper Julio Foolio is now under arrest.
Now, you remember he was shot back in June by a group who allegedly drove to Tampa from Jacksonville. Our Regina Gonzalez is on the story for us this morning. Hey, Gina.
Russell, good morning to you. Yeah, detectives say that the murder of Julio Foolio was the tragic result of an ongoing gang war. If you remember, the Jacksonville rapper came here to Tampa to celebrate his birthday. He was posting where he was going all over social media so his fans could come party with him. Well, it's believed that this group intentionally traveled here, tracked his every move as he was posting, and ambushed him in a hotel parking lot. Now, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said 27-year-old Davion Murphy was the last one wanted for murder in Foolio's death. He was taken into custody with the help of its gang unit and the U.S. Marshal Service at a Jacksonville apartment complex last night. They tell us he's already been interviewed.
So he stayed in Jacksonville. How you in the run and you stayed in your hometown? They're gonna find you, bro. But clearly, this gentleman probably didn't have enough money to go on a run. And you know, that's another thing. These guys are committing heinous crimes. He had to know he's gonna get caught, or he was ready to go to jail, because there's no way you in your hometown in an apartment where everyone's seeing you walking in, walking out, You're probably contacting your family members, seeing old friends and gang members in his case, and expecting to get away. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna get caught. And in that case here, that's exactly what happened. It seemed like they caught him in Jacksonville. That's nuts.
And he's been booked into the Duval County pretrial detention facility. So we're hoping to learn more information as soon as.
And this three here, these are the ones I was speaking about. This is the younger Spanish kid. This is the boyfriend and the girlfriend that was on the phone, kind of like, and I guess she gave the drop. She gave the drop, and she's pregnant by this gentleman here. This case is crazy.
Possible. That was all they could really tell us. We do know, though, that one of the other suspects, Rashad Murphy, is Davion's brother. He, along with Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, and Sean Gaithright, have all been charged with first-degree murder in the case. Chance and Andrews have been described as the lookouts who followed Jones as he moved around Tampa the night of June 22nd before gunning him down in the parking lot of a Home 2 Suites hotel near USF. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Davion, because the state is seeking the death penalty against his brother Rashad Murphy, along with Chance and Sean Gaithright. Here's the Hillsborough State Attorney explaining why Alicia Andrews is not facing the death penalty.
We did not have the aggravators that we felt were necessary. The legislature has given us aggravators, and if we have aggravators such as, for example, cold calculated premeditated, we call that CCP, or there's a gang affiliation, and we had the requisite aggravators for the three that we filed, and we did not feel that we had it for the fourth for Miss Andrews.
She snitched. Now this is the crazy part, right? This girl gave the drop. And that's why I tell motherfuckers, man, don't be trusting these girls, man. They be calling you, giving you the drop, and they will snitch. They will tell on you. When they're alone in the room with these cops, they will tell. Now they all getting the death penalty as being put under death penalty. They are seeking the death penalty for all three of them. And I'm assuming the fourth one coming in definitely gonna be a death penalty as well. But she probably gave the whole lineup and gave the whole plan, and she gets to possibly go home.
Now, Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was allegedly known for feuding with other artists and for his involvement in a deadly gang beef. His songs even featured violent lyrics, and some were about actual murders. Authorities said the feud between Jones's gang, 6 Block, and rivals ATK and 1200 has spanned more than a decade, with dozens of murders by and against both sides. They believe it's what led to Jones's murder. Now, the rapper's mother did release a statement after Davion's arrest last night, thanking authorities for seeking justice in all 5 suspects who were responsible for her son's death. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Gina. Thank you.
Need to open the door to more home buyers?
All right.
Hyper
So,
Target
as we could see, apologize for the commercial. As we could see, they caught that gentleman. He was on the run for a little while, but don't commit vicious planned out crime like that and then think you're not gonna get caught. There are cameras, there are cell phone towers, there is cell phone data, and you're in a city like Tampa where there's college there, so security is tighter there. They're gonna see you, they're gonna see camera, they're gonna see your movement, they're gonna catch you. And that's what happened to the boy over there. He was hanging out in an apartment in Jacksonville, and where he's from, and they caught him. And I hope he goes to jail. I hope he get convicted, because that was a heinous crime, and we can't support that. And you're on the run, you putting other people in danger. Yeah, just don't do stuff like that. Now, apparently, that gentleman here that just got caught, with his brother, it was a retaliation thing. I heard because Julio Foolio's people killed, I believe, his family member. So this is just ending up the mother probably gonna lose two more kids, and everyone Julio Foolio mother lost her son, and these other individuals gonna lose their life too. So it's never a good thing, guys. Stay away from people like that, and if something like that happen close to you, let the authorities take care of it. Don't go put your life, your family's life, and if you have kids, your kids' life in danger. Um, thought and prayers to all these people. Hopefully they figure it out. And here for our last topic, last but not least, our favorite show on YouTube right now is Pop the Balloon. And today we have the continuance of the episode we watched. So I don't watch the full episode, guys, because obviously it's an hour and change. I usually watch one exchange. Let's see what we got today.
Hi. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
James.
James?
Yeah.
My nigga came in two-tone. He came in two-tone. I like it.
James, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, and what do you do?
I'm a recent law school graduate, and I also do a little bit of commentary work, legal and political.
All right, nice. So what do you like to do for fun?
I like to go on vacation. I like to just hang out with friends and family. I like to do a lot of humanitarian work. I do a lot of work with the homeless, a lot of work with at-risk youth. And I just like to watch like crime stories, keep up
A nice guy, a good guy. Now let's see how many balloons gonna start popping.
with legal stories in the
Okay.
news. Yes.
All right, lawyer. Almost though, right? Almost. Okay,
Almost.
congrats on graduating.
Thank you.
Now, what do you look for in a woman?
I like someone who is very family oriented.
Okay.
Someone who's going to put family above career. I like someone who likes to go to church and values a relationship with God. I like someone. Okay. I like someone who maybe just is into the things that I like to do.
This is crazy. Nowadays, you mention God, a bunch of chick popping their balloons. So people don't believe in God no more? Y'all don't believe in God, chat? Y'all don't believe God exists? Nah, I feel like that's crazy. Even if you don't believe in God, you should have some type of respect for a creator or something to understand that. Listen, I might not believe in God, but I respect people who do. And I understand in a relationship, you're probably like, if that gentleman gonna snatch you, tell you gotta go to church and dress a certain way, I understand. Religion was used back in the day to control women. I understand that fact. And, a man would use religion to, even in history, the religion was used to control people. And I understand some women might have a bad taste in their mouth, probably saw their grandparents and parents go through that controlling phase, and it's turned off by religion. But you gotta have some type of respect for a higher power, man. You do.
Into like helping homeless people, into at-risk youth, someone who's naturally nice, just a naturally kind person. It's not forced. Someone who's nice to the waitress, but it's also nice to the CEO of the company.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
I don't like someone who is just unreliable, says one thing, does another. Someone who doesn't value a relationship with God. Someone who is just has no direction in life. You know, So yeah,
Okay.
that would be the top 3.
Yeah, those I like this gentleman. Very nice guy, very well said, and he has great points. Someone without any direction is a dangerous person. And it seems like a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people are without direction, which mean there's a lot of dangerous people out here because these type of people tend to blame you, meaning their surroundings, their loved ones, for all their failures, for all their failures and their lack of success. Because a lot of time, these people don't even have failures. They don't have attempts. And in order to fail, you have to try. And if you're not trying, you're not failing. You just suck. You just have nothing going on. And that also turned some of these people into bitter, nasty, controlling, because in their personal life, they have zero control. So they turn to you and see if they could control you. That's just it's well said. But as you can see, a lot of these girls are not with it.
All right, so we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping.
Let's hear why.
Your
Let's
name
hear
and
why.
age.
Hi, my name's Shalane. I am 32 years old.
Okay. Shalane, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
You said that you want somebody that values a relationship with God and that like goes to church. I am not religious. I don't go to church. I grew up religious, but I don't practice a religion right now. And yeah, that.
And this is my point. She probably noticed what religion did to her family, probably had the sense of maybe her dad or grandpa probably felt like, we had to push this thing on y'all to kind of keep y'all under control. And it does happen. So that's probably, I'm not saying it is her experience, but it's probably her experience because most people that grew up religious in the house that took them to church, made sure they prayed, and now as an adult, they turn away from it. Something went down. Something went wrong.
I just wouldn't align with like my life, basically. I love your jacket though. It's
Thank
fire.
you. So are you atheist?
Honestly, I'm halfway between atheist and agnostic. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I know for a fact like I'm just not Christian right now.
Right. And the thing is, I've dated atheists before in the past, and really nice people, But I would say at this age where I actually am marriage minded, someone that I want to bear my children, I would say I want someone
Equally yoked.
Yes, someone equally yoked as well.
No, I got you, and I respect it. Yeah. So that's the only reason I popped.
But I'm friends with atheists, and I think they're good people.
Everybody has some good in them.
Yeah.
All right, now is she someone
Very
that's
nice
your
guy.
type?
Very pretty, very attractive, very nice feet. That's actually something that I look at as well. And I think the haircut looks really good on her.
Oh, thank you.
So I mean, very, very attractive person for sure.
I
Love the
appreciate-
accent too. Where you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jamaica.
Yeah, I've been here a while,
man.
but the accent is still
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
No, it's not. I appreciate that.
We
I
love
think
our
you're pretty
Jamaicans.
attractive as well, if
Oh,
that
thank
counts
you.
for anything.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just yeah. But as I said before, she is a little. There's some there that she's not telling us.
Thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
Hi, my name is Lynn, and I'm 28.
All right, Lynn, why'd
Now
you?
I wonder why Lynn popped, because Lynn seems perfectly for him, and that's interesting to me. That she popped her balloon because she is a kind person. She's naturally nice. She is. She have her edges. She's not into all the makeup and all the other stuff. So she seemed like a simple person. So I wonder why she popped.
You end up popping your balloon.
So I like the way you dress. I think you're attractive, and I love that you mentioned humanitarianism, because that's something I value as well. It was just when you mentioned you're looking for a woman that at this point is valuing starting a family or a family over a career. Right now, I am only 28, so at this point in my career, I'm still like career focused, and a family is kind of like the second thought. So I just feel like as of now, we're not aligned because I am career focused and you're looking for someone who's kind of like wanting to kind of start that family. So I just don't think where I'm at right now we'd be aligned in that. But that's literally just it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I would say that I didn't exactly mean someone who's ready to start a family today. I just meant that basically when we get married,
Oh,
when you do get married, you know, you kind of put family above career.
Oh, for sure.
But not right this instant, you know. But I understand, you know, the ideology, and I think she's an attractive person as well.
Thank you.
I like the way she's dressed, and she has a nice smile.
Thank you.
So wait, did she disagree? Because you saw her face. Let's go back a little bit.
So I like the way you're dressed. I think you're attractive. And I love that you mentioned humanitarian.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go on over here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go on over here.
Oh,
When you do get married, you know, you kind of put family above
Nah, I
career.
want to see her face
but
again.
not right this instant, you know.
Pay
But I
attention to
understand,
her
you know, the
when she called her
ideology, and,
pretty.
I think she's an attractive person as well.
Thank you.
I like the way she's dressed, and she has a nice smile.
Well, she's happy
Let's
for
go on over
her.
here.
All right.
With Fiverr.
She was happy for her. That's cool. But nah, I felt like she was I thought she was being a little weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But nah.
And why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Let's get back to
Ayana,
it.
and I'm 27. Originally, it was because you were so soft-spoken. And, like, you're so sweet. I'm a native New Yorker, and we're very loud. So
What's wrong with soft spoken? What's wrong with that? But let's hear her logic.
I want to make sure that you're very, you feel equate. You don't feel like I am an alpha woman, but you don't feel like overly powered by me. I think it's amazing that you are getting your law degree. That's what my parents wanted me to do. Wasn't happening because my BS is in criminal justice. So that's beautiful. And I love the fact that you actually give back to the community because a lot of people don't invest that time, especially in our Black community.
So what's wrong with him?
So kudos to you. But yeah, that was the main one. I was going to touch on the fact that I am very career driven, but you highlighted what you meant by it. So I'm not going to even feed on that.
Yeah. What about for
Well,
her?
I think that I don't know. As far as me being soft-spoken, you know, I'm actually originally from Georgia, southern Georgia, small town called Hinesville, and I now live out in Los Angeles. So just kind of where I was raised,
Yes.
but
That's fair.
can't help that.
That's
But
fair.
as far as, you know, is she my type? You know, I think it's a very eclectic style.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
do
you
like
got a better
the
view of
boots
her.
and the combination.
Thank
And
you.
all the girls have very nice teeth. I haven't seen any bad teeth
Thank you.
yet. So very nice teeth as well.
Thank you. And we did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age, and why'd you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Waverly.
It's
and
good
I'm
for you,
30.
bro. I mean, she was originally one of my choice by just the way she looked and the way she carried herself. But I feel like she's a little mature as well.
30. And I popped my balloon. I just want to start by saying the faith aspect. I mean, that is definitely what I'm looking for. Like someone that's a man of God, serious about their faith, wanting to serve the community. But
What's wrong with him then?
after hearing your voice for a while, the kind of like she mentioned, the soft spokenness, just wasn't attractive to me.
Girls don't like nice guys. They don't like the soft. They like people that just say it like it is. You know what I'm saying? And this guy's a nice gentleman, educated, driven, smart, but everything that they'll probably say they want. But no, that guy is too nice. So they want an asshole with commitment, organization skills, driven. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough.
I want you to come out here.
not tussling.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that kind of just contributed to kind of just the lack of attraction initially. Yeah.
No, she's someone that's your type.
You know, I don't know. As far as the soft-spokenness, again, you know, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. You know, as far as like you want someone to speak louder or speak deep, voice be deeper, or
I don't even know how I would describe it. I was
because
almost
it could be changed. You know, it can always kind of change up no matter what. So,
What?
do you want to get your balloon back?
No, my God, you just
I want you to be your
that nigga just changed up on them. Look, that was his office voice. That was my nigga was like, yo, I am from the hood. That's
authentic
funny.
self. Like if that's just how you talk, that's how you talk. I know like kind of like for some people, there's certain sounds that can just be like nails on a chalkboard, you know?
Oh, man.
And so, not that your voice is
his voice is nails on
No, I was just making the comparison.
Oh, okay.
I was making the comparison that for some people, it's like, that's just not something I necessarily want to hear all day, you know? And because I want to, like, get married, like my ultimate goal is marriage.
And then
I
you
wanna
care about voice.
yeah, like his voice.
Good luck,
It'd be
shorty.
pleasant.
Good luck. Good luck.
So,
Let the man go.
Cool.
Sounds good. Thank
Be
you.
happy, man. Be happy.
All right. Your name and age, and why'd you end up popping your balloon? Mimi, 28. I love your style. I love the suit, and I also love your philanthropy. I'm a therapist. I work with people all day. It's really the religion.
This is our therapist, guys. This is who you go to for therapy.
I am spiritual.
Nothing wrong with her, but some of her choices, the things she was saying, is interesting.
I have an intimate relationship with God, but I don't believe in, at this point, organized religion. I don't go to church, and that's kind of just where I'm at right now. So I feel like it wouldn't be a match.
Cool beans. Are you an atheist as well?
I'm not an atheist. I believe in God and have an
Okay.
intimate relationship with Him.
Okay, cool. beans as well.
Okay, cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I
Cool.
think she's an attractive person. I do like the tattoo as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amen.
Nice
Amen.
feet as well.
Uh-oh.
Amen.
Looking at all the
Amen.
feet.
He's looking at all the feet.
Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My
Yeah,
name
what'd
is
you
Nia.
pop?
I'm 32 years old. Oh, don't do that.
Look, you said not to
Just give it talent. You're a very dapper gentleman, very established, and I love that. Beautiful man. I just feel like there's, I don't want to say the attraction. Everybody always says the attraction, but you know when you feel it, when you just want to be drawn to somebody and you can't help it. And also, I'm not necessarily in church. I'm not an atheist. I'm a bit more spiritual, so I just don't want to hold you up there. So.
Yeah.
Well, I want to just
Unfortunately.
clarify, I guess, that when I say a relationship with God, I don't mean that I'm ultra saved or that I even read the Bible every day or anything like that. I just simply mean I go to church when I can. I also kind of watch sermons online, and I do have a relationship with God where I do pray very often. But I mean, I curse. I mean, I still live a normal life, if you will. I mean, I still do other things, but I still have.
He's trying to let you know he's still cool. He's still cool. He's not boring church, which I think, and he also believed that these girls are probably getting the wrong idea, and this girl just stay laughing. She just stay laughing over there. Everyone has their choices, man. I don't think it's a bad choice.
Have a relationship with God, and I just simply want someone that has that as well.
Okay.
But I didn't want to, my friends or whatever to watch this and think like, oh, he's trying to make it seem like, I still live a normal life. I just simply want someone who has a relationship with God or is pursuing a relationship with God.
Okay, understandable.
That's good. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, I mean, I love.
I told.
Can you
Zoom in on her toes.
zoom in on the feet? Zoom in on the feet. No, I think
her toes is fine.
No, I think she wears
It's a little,
short hair very well as well. I think a lot of women don't know that they don't wear short hair well sometimes. But I think she does. She wears
Some girls don't know. They don't know. Yeah, I think she wear her short hair, and also the other young lady up front that stay laughing. I think they both wear their short hair very well. But some women, yes, let your hair grow, nurture it a little bit because you look crazy.
very well.
That's true.
And I like the outfit and nice skin tone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice skin tone. Yeah.
Back. So we do have an unpopped balloon over here. Let's have your name.
Hey. I don't want to disrespect her. She's not a grandma. She's not auntie. But her outfit and her hairstyle, I don't know. It makes her look old. I don't know why. But she's a young lady. She's like, I believe she's 32. But hey, she's showing her shot because hey, everyone been popping on her. So let's see.
Name and age.
Hi, I'm Carmela and I'm 31.
Okay.
31,
Carmela, why
my
do you still
bad.
have your balloon unpopped?
I'm just listening, trying to get more. I do like his faith in God. He seems like he got his stuff together. So that's something that I'm looking for.
Okay, nice. So any questions you guys may have for one another?
Where are you from?
Liberia. I was born and raised in Liberia. I came here when I was 9.
To Phoenix?
No, I live in Atlanta, but I'm saying I was born in Liberia.
Okay. So how long you been living in Atlanta?
Like 2 years.
Okay, cool. And
Where'd you from before that? Up Jersey, New York?
what are you looking for in a man?
First of all, I'm looking for a God-fearing. I'm looking for a man who can lead, and I'm looking for a partnership, somebody that we can work together as a team.
When was your last relationship?
Yeah, she does look old, man. I don't know, 31, 31. She must have probably like 3 or 4 kids, maybe. That's the only thing. I love kids, love women with kids. Nothing wrong with y'all, but I guess it puts you in a different path. I guess you spend more of your time taking care of your kids than you'd be taking care of yourself. So you end up looking a little different. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't make you look old, but it does. It does.
2 years.
2 years ago from a guy in Atlanta?
No, it was long distance.
Oh, long distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Why'd you guys break up?
Lack of communication and consistency.
You have children?
Yes, I do have one.
How old?
He's 8.
Okay.
Okay, she got
Is
one
that a
kid.
problem?
I'll hear your questions if you have any.
Yeah, it's a child problem.
No, it's not.
Okay.
That's your only question for him?
And long distance. Where you say you?
I currently live in Los Angeles.
In LA.
So is long distance a problem for you?
No, I used to live in Atlanta as well, actually. So I still have family down there, and I go visit.
Okay.
Now, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah. I mean,
Don't do me too bad.
Hey, whenever y'all say don't look, I'm gonna tell him to zoom in. Whenever y'all say, so I do like the outfit. You know, I think I like the hair as well. I like the style of the hair. She says she's into faith-based as well, and she's a mother, so kind of showing a nurturing skills and a caring ability.
Not all mothers are nurturing, bro. But I get what you mean.
So
she looked like she's nurturing because she looked like she takes care of her kid. How that looks like, you might ask. It looks like when you see it, you see it. You get it.
You asked, was a child a problem? The child itself is not the problem, but the age.
Okay.
The age is the problem for me. I don't mind playing stepdaddy, but it would have to be to someone, I would say 10, 12 or older.
Okay.
And I say that because I feel like if I date someone with a young child and we break up and I have an attachment towards this young child, and then we're not talking, we're mad at each other, our relationship is separated, what happens to that relationship with that innocent child, who probably has built an attachment towards me as well?
Okay.
So someone that young, I wouldn't want to be around unless we were like very serious.
Okay. Thank you.
And that makes sense. You don't want to be in and out of kids' life and etc. And you start liking the kid and then you gotta break up with the mother and the kid. And I feel like that's a very, very, very big reason. But a lot of people aren't communicating that. A lot of guys are just turned off by women with kids and they're not saying why. And ladies, this is a big reason. And a big reason. Now, some guys don't give a fuck. And these guys, they'll hang out with you, smashed or whatever, because these guys don't care. But some good guys, they do care about how that affects the kids in the situation. How their action and their behavior and how their relationship with you is gonna affect the kid. And if the kid end up liking you, you end up liking the kid, and you're building something, and then you end up breaking up. Now you have no rights on that kid. That kid is not yours, and the mother don't talk to you. So you have no. So you basically losing someone, a child, I should say, essentially. So it's tough, and that's very well said, and that's a very big reason that people should keep in mind and express to women. Listen, you have a young kid. I don't want to be a bad influence or be the guy that also get ups and leave. I don't want to do that to the kid and you. Very well said. I like this gentleman. I think they all popped their balloons.
That is all the balloons
so
popped. Let's head on back then.
This is
Okay, well, like I said, that's all the balloons popped. We do thank you for coming on. Give it up for him, ladies.
Thank you. I will, after the show, if Waverly doesn't get a match, I would like to give her my Instagram, my phone number, because She is like perfect to me, honestly.
Whoa, my man shot his shot. I like that. Look.
Like perfection. So if you don't get a match, hit me up.
Hey.
Because I can always deep in that voice.
Ah, amen, amen. This is interesting. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. Let's see that reaction. I like this one. Yeah. That's the one.
All right, let's bring out our
All
next.
right, this is it. So we'll save the last one for another time, and then we'll wrap up today, guys. Thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all watching, hanging out with me for better part of an hour and 40 minutes. Enjoy your day. Enjoy yourself. Don't take things too seriously. Have fun and be safe out there. And for all you guys up north with the snowstorm, stay in, watch some Netflix, play some video games, and chill. Tomorrow is always gonna come, and whatever needs to be done, you'll get to it. Don't worry about it. Again, it's your boy Suede with your entertainment today, with some news for you today. At the middle ground. Again, thank you very much. Peace out.